I'm Brian DiCiano, and the next drink I'm going to make is very simple, Manhattan. And you may have noticed that I've already done a Manhattan. I did a Crown Manhattan quite a while ago actually. But this one I'm going to do the classic, actually not the classic, because the Manhattan, as most other cocktails, have evolved. So has the Manhattan, and it was originally based with rye whiskey, which is a whiskey that has to be made of at least 51% rye, and bourbon, which the Manhattan has evolved into using bourbon as the base, is 51% corn. So it has sweeter notes. It's not quite as smoky or dry. It's a little bit sweeter. It has nice vanilla, oaky tones in it as well. And what it uses as well is bitters and sweet vermouth. So again, start with the pint glass, and then I'm going to fill with ice. And I'll use, here I'm using Evan Williams bourbon. Evan Williams was the first Kentucky distiller of bourbon in 1783. So, first actually start with the bitters. Put 2 dashes of bitters. Bitters, the definition of bitters basically is cocktail seasoning or cocktail spice. The Angostura bitters has the Christmas spices, the cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, allspice, and so it gives it really complex flavor and also spices it up a little bit, brings the flavors together. So I'll use 2.5 ounces of Evan Williams. And then here using Ponti rosso, a sweet vermouth from Torino, Italy, 1 ounce. And then never shake this. Never shake a Manhattan. You stir. And I didn't fill it all the way up with ice because I find sometimes when you're pouring the stuff in and the ice is at the top, it'll kind of splash out. So I'll add a little more ice now. Just make sure it gets cold enough and diluted enough. The Manhattan is important that it gets the right amount of dilution and is cold enough. So you just keep stirring for a while until it gets the flavors balanced well together and it gets cold enough. And Manhattan, very old time drink. A lot of drinks are based on the Manhattan. Changing the base using brandy makes it a Harvard. And then the famous Martinez, which is the martini's ancestor, was also based on the Manhattan using gin. It was a variation using a very dry gin, as well as sweet vermouth and maraschino liquor. But you could add a little dash of maraschino liquor into a Manhattan and it would probably be really good. But just the classic Manhattan is really nice. Do a quick taste. See how the flavors come together. It's good. Should get some slight smoky tones from the bourbon as well as the sweetness from the sweet vermouth, the complex flavors of herbs and botanicals and spices and such that are infused in the sweet vermouth, and as well the subtle spice from the bitters. So I think that's pretty good right now. Oh, you know what? I made a fatal mistake. I usually keeping my martini glass in the refrigerator, keeping it cold, and I forgot to chill it. So you must excuse me. But it's too late now. So what I'll do anyways, strain this in, fine strain, just to make sure I get all the little ice pieces out. And then garnish on this, I like to use an orange twist, adds another layer of flavor. Nice zestiness, works really well with the bourbon. So just squirt some of those essential oils on the top there. And then the classic garnish, the maraschino cherry.